Look at this. This reminds me. Look at this. I don't know if I was vandalized or what. DriveHub? At least do something funny like dry rub or something. Have a little humor with it, but DriveHub? Well, videos and pictures simply do not do justice on how ugly this thing is right now. We're going to be changing that in this video, don't you worry, but it looks like shit right now. It looks like absolute shit. God, it's ugly. But no more. Like I said, today, we do need to be doing things to the C5. I have a list of things to do, but the Jeep is gonna come first because, well, I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna keep it or sell it, but if I do sell it, that's gonna generate income, and that income will then be blown on the C5 then. So you see, it's like an order of operations here. Math, you know, I was good at math. No, I wasn't. So that's just how these things go. I know. I wish I was rich, but I'm not. I'm Jake. That means poor. So we have quite a few things that need to be done to the Jeep, and I'm going to try to get them all done today, but I have a feeling that that's not going to happen. But we're going to try. That means getting this little ugly thing into the garage. We have tons of parts, as you can see in there, hint, hint. Tons of parts to go on this thing. But we got to get it out of its little snowy, muddy lair first. See if we can get it out. You got to check engine light. Nice. Probably clear the snow and trees off this. Oh, that was easy. Don't worry, I'll come out and shovel this up later. Who am I kidding? Oh, that looks good. Beautiful. Look at that shiny, beautiful paint. Gorgeous. And that beautiful grill that I just want to beat with a hammer. And this guy. What should we do to this guy? We should just drive the Jeep into a wall and break that off. Perfect. Good enough for me. Sounds mint. The JKs are just a little bit bigger than TJs. I feel like I have, well, quite a bit more room actually when I have a TJ in here than this thing. And the wide barricade flares or bushwhacker flares don't help either. Neither do those silly things. And I know some of you guys are going to ask about the black Jeep TJ that I pulled out of here to put this one in. And you're all confused because the last video I made, there was a white TJ here. I'll make a garage update next video or the video after that because there's a lot going on that you guys really don't know about. So I'll make an update so you guys aren't so confused anymore. No, I didn't paint the white one, and that's the one you saw. It's a long, interesting story. Regardless, today is about the Jeep JK because we have lots of work to do. So we can finish this thing and then finally decide if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to flip it. First thing I'm going to do to this is an oil change because it doesn't sound the best, this thing. Again, as I told you guys, this thing sat for like 2 months or something. The previous owner, that kid, really didn't take the best care of this thing, as you could tell. I mean, he just used it. He was clear with me. He just used it. I don't know how, on time he was with his maintenance. So to start things off, I'm going to do an oil change. That way, if I keep it, it's good to drive. If I sell it, it's good for the next owner to drive. It's so cheap. I got all the materials for, I think, less than 30 bucks. And on Jeeps, they're easy to change. I probably jinxed myself because I've never actually changed the oil in one of these motors. But with a TJ, you can just reach down and grab the filter. But it can't be that difficult. So first things first, that's what we're going to do. All right, we're jacked up. Now we got to go out back, find the oil pan. Look at this. This reminds me. Look at this. I don't know if I was vandalized or what. DriveHub? At least do something funny like dry rub or something. Have a little humor with it. I find no humor in that at all. Bend over, cameraman.
You'd think I would have learned by now to just take the tools down with me to find the proper size socket I need, but I haven't. But after dealing with the consequences of my own actions, we found the right size socket and removed the oil drain plug, and then fought heavily with the oil filter to get that off.
This oil filter is in rough shape. I've never seen an oil filter like this, and I don't know what would cause it. But I didn't make a mess, and that's what counts. is going smoothly. Too smoothly. I don't like this. Jeez, how much oil is in this damn thing? All right, you're done.
You're done. You're done.
All right, so here are the materials we got. We're using, so the GP here takes 5W20 full synthetic, and the only brand that Walmart had at the time was Supertech, which I believe is their brand. Not sure how much I trust it, but anything is better than, well, the lack of oil that was in it. And then we got a Fram, because again, that was the only brand that they had in the size that I needed. Not the best materials here, not the best quality, but again, anything is better than what was in it. Who knows how long this, like 2 quarts of oil was in it when it needed 6. So I'll include a link to all this stuff in the, well, a better quality down in the description below from Amazon if you guys want to check that out. If you have a Jeep JK and you need supplies. So we're gonna open this baby up, put it in. That is some dark oil. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it when I went to look at this. This didn't really have any oil in it at all when I went to check it out. So let's get that shiny new Fram in here and some fresh new juices and move to what's next. Now you probably noticed that I only put in the big 5-quart jug that I had and not the extra single quart that I had. And that's because I want to try this. I forgot that I had this actually. Now, before I grab it, this is not a sponsored video, but Lucas, if you'd like to sponsor me, hey, I'm down. I heard this was good to use in older engines or engines with higher miles. I actually saw it on TikTok, so I might add a quart of this instead of a quart of the other stuff, because I think that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, use 20% of system capacity. So I gotta balance it out a little bit different. But this is just basically a thicker oil, and that's better to use when they've got higher miles or something, because this engine is 198,000 miles. I don't really trust these engines as much in the higher miles as I trust the straight 6s that were in the old TJ Wranglers. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna add a little bit of this, see if it quiets it down a little bit. I have a feeling that, well, actually putting oil in it in the first place is gonna quiet it down, but this will just help make sure it stays nice and quiet, and it'll seal worn cylinders to oil, excuse my little stroke there. It'll seal worn cylinders to slow oil consumption and cool and quiet engines and gearboxes. So exactly like I thought.
I didn't realize just how thick this stuff was, so it took quite a while for it to make its way down the funnel and into the motor. And in the meantime, my brother started pulling off the old grill, because he had one of these generations of Jeeps and knew how to do it easily.
All right, oil has been changed. We put that Lucas in there to quiet it down a little bit. Let's see what it sounds like. Wow. I can tell you that's a lot quieter than it was beforehand with not enough oil in it. Who knows how old of oil. That is crazy. All right, let's turn this off before I fumigate myself out of here. Next order of business would, well, my brother actually already pulled the push pins on the top of the grill, but I'm gonna remove the front bumper before we pull that grill out. And I think he actually already started pulling some of those bolts as well. Let's see. Yeah, he's got one broken, not out, but broken. So now we'll get the rest out of there. So the bumper's unbolted. That was extremely easy, actually. And the funny thing was, I was about to destroy our little friend here. I was trying to think of a way that I could just, do something with it. Take a Sawzall or I don't know, ram the Jeep into something really hard. But interestingly enough, my mom was walking by. She she saw it for the first time, and she said, that's interesting in regards to that skull. And she said she would keep it if I didn't have to destroy it to get it off. So it looks like our friend here is spared for the day. You're fucking lucky this time, pal. I was a you are. You're saved. You're saved today by my mother. You're fucking welcome. Now I just have to make sure all the lights are unplugged here. Unplugged here. And 2, that's gonna have to be cut. Snippy. And now I think the bumper can come off. Just kidding. There's something else still tied in there. What are you doing there? Oh, success! Oh, that's heavy. Success! Oh, jeez. Give myself a hernia. Don't look like that guy. All right, there she is. No more front bumper. Kind of like the front bumperless look. Just kidding, that looks like crap. And now, because the grill is all unbolted, there's not even any wires. That comes right off like that. What progress in a matter of a few hours. Do not eat the oil. Hey, what are you doing? All right, now I'm gonna blow all this out, get all the leaves and crud out of there. And then I am going to have to transfer these turn signal lights onto the new grill, which I'll show you in a second. And we have to cut Jethro off here before we gift him to my mother. Probably should have named him before I went and abandoned him like this. You guys comment down below and let me know a name, okay? You guys can name him. Comment with the most thumbs up wins. We'll do it that way. So I do feel bad that we never got to name him. Now we're 2 videos in with him. It's not like he's going anywhere. He'll be in my house, so. And maybe we'll leave him, you know what? Maybe we'll just leave him hanging in the garage. He can just hang out with us for the rest of eternity. Until I become one of these. A skull as well. Well, that doesn't make sense. I already have a skull. All right. You're free now. You're free from the shackles of your past life. What do you think? Huh? Welcome to the world. Guys, name them. You just don't have the big enough nose to be like me. You know? Don't have the schnoz. Sorry. We'll find a better home for him later, a better spot, but for now, that's where he'll go. Guess anything is better than on the front of this thing. Whew, all right, I had to go inside, eat some dinner, and let my phone... Really? Anyways, let my phone charge up a little bit, and it's a little bit nippy out here is the word I was looking for. Anyways, finally, the ugly, disgusting, what do they call them? Angry grill is off the Jeep. And wait till I show you what I got to replace it, to take its place. And this is pretty freaking cool. I found the exact grill, complete with everything. The emblem, the hood seal, in the same freaking color. Look at this. And it's mint. $50 for that thing. $50 on Marketplace I found that for. That is a steal. It's painted and everything. I don't have to do anything. Well, I do have to take the turn signal lights, turn signals here, out of the Angry Grill and put them onto here. And that is what we're gonna do right now. Wow, what a massive difference that new grill makes. Holy crap. This thing does not even look like the same Jeep anymore. And note to self for my future projects. I almost bought one of these on eBay that wasn't even the right color, and then I would have just painted it. And then there was one that was also $150 more than this one was. And it was painted the right color, but I wasn't gonna buy it because it was so expensive and stuff. But man, note to self, that was so easy. What is it worth getting something that's more expensive, that's ready to go, that goes right on, than having to sand one that's not the right color, tape up the garage, wait for the right temperature, paint it, wait for it to dry, and then install it and have it not quite match evenly. This is incredible. I mean, look at this thing. That is fantastic. All right, now the next bargain of the evening. Wait till you see this. Oh, my back. Okay, so now here is steal number 2 of the evening, all right? This is a full, complete front bumper, factory front bumper with the skid plate or air dam. I guess that'd be more of an air dam. And the trim for that air dam. And a bag full of labeled hardware, all right? All of that for the bargain price of $40. That's right, 2 for 2 with $40 parts in this thing. Now our total in parts, including the $30 oil change and the $40 grill, let's see, we're at, I'm not usually this bad at math. It's because I'm on camera. Carry the 4 and divide by 3. It's just over 100 doll hairs. Just over 100 of my hard-earned doll hairs. And we're already almost complete with this Jeep. We've got the grill. We're going to get the bumper on with the front air dam. And then there's one other piece that's in the trunk that I'm not going to tell you guys yet, but I can tell you it's around the same price as all these parts. So now we're going to figure out how to put the factory front bumper and the air dams back on this thing. Now, I know some of you guys said to go aftermarket, and I would, but first was price. Again, I still don't know if I'm going to keep this thing or get rid of it, so I didn't want to dump too much money into it, even though you can get some Amazon bumpers for pretty cheap. But I mean, these things are everywhere around Facebook Marketplace, so I figured I'd throw one on for the time being to get that hideous one off of there and get that thing out of here. At least it's like I'm putting this back to a blank canvas. I can't speak tonight. So now we're gonna figure out how to put the factory bumper back on, and the air dam, of course. All right, so it is a new day. You'll notice I have the Jeep flipped around, but the front bumper, the new grille are on. Only thing I wasn't able to do was, obviously I don't have fog lights. I kind of forgot. I forgot to get them. This person that I bought the bumper from didn't have them. I would have got them if he did, but I can find them on eBay cheap enough. So I didn't want to put on that bottom plastic piece that goes under here until I had the fog lights in, because why put it on then have to take it off to do the fog lights. But front end looks amazing. Looking forward to buttoning it up with the fog lights. But now this big old box that I'm not going to be able to carry with one hand, I guess I can drag it out. Oh, you wish you were as coordinated as I am, but this is what we're doing now. Play nice, come on. I'm making a mess. A new muffler that is dented. Oh man, that kind of stinks. Would you fold, please? Thank you. Spick and span, nice and shiny, but it is dented. This is just the cheapest muffler that I could find. Not looking for any performance here. We went with the Quiet Flow SS, and I'll include a link for this one if any of you are looking for a muffler. But that's going in right now because, as you can see, this one just a little leaky.
The old muffler came out surprisingly easy, and everything went smooth until I kicked my phone right off the tripod.
All right, old muffler's out. I almost said new muffler's out. Old muffler is out. I kicked you guys out of aggravation right off the tripod. Just kidding, it was an accident. Here is the new muffler, and it looks just like the old one. But we're going to lube up the exhaust hangers quick. My personal favorite lube is KY Jelly. This is not a paid product placement. It could be though, if the makers of KY Jelly are watching. This one is #1 doctor recommended. Just gonna put a little bit on there. There we go. Move up the exhaust hangers, don't forget. Very important part to this puzzle. This stuff has always been my personal favorite. It always seems to do the job quite well. And now we can slide the exhaust hangers into the exhaust hangers. My brain's not working today. All right, new muffler's on. It doesn't look bad. I'll pull those stickers off, what's left of them. We'll start it up in a little bit. Now we're gonna change this out. This piece of crap that was the reason that I had so much trouble getting this thing on the trailer in the first place. But luckily, I have a new one. This is the other part I told you guys I got for a great deal, 40 bucks for this thing. So I'm at $40 for this, $40 for the front bumper, $40 for the front grille, and the muffler, that was a little bit more. So we're going to throw this new one on, but the problem with this one is we'll set it down here. The wiring, I didn't realize, a little messed up on this one. So all I'm gonna do is, I think I have one of these connectors here. I'm gonna just pull this one off and crimp a new one on. But I hope that that's the same connector here. I don't know if it is or not. So I'm gonna have to play with this wiring. It's not gonna be as easy as just unbolting this one and bolting on the new one. All right, so the new spare tire mount is on, and the nice thing is, as you guys saw, this third brake light here, it connects up here, and then you just run the wire down, like you just pull the wire out of the old one. I put the new one on, plugged it back in, bolted this thing up. I didn't have to mess with any of the broken wires that were on the new one I bought, because I was able to just reuse this one. But unfortunately, we can't put a tire on our fancy new spare tire carrier because, well, that tire is the one that was just a little flat. So I'm gonna drop that one off at the tire shop this week to get, that was allowed to get it mounted up, or remounted up, I guess I should say, and balanced. And then we'll be able to bolt it to the spare tire carrier here. Now that I think of it though, it has been enough time. I think we can go ahead and start this thing up and hear what that new quiet muffler sounds like. Look at how dirty this thing is. I pulled the seat covers off and, ugh, it's friggin' nasty. Anyways, let's fire this thing up. Oh my God, it's silent. Ha, that's awesome. I didn't even think the thing turned on when I first turned the key. Wow. Unfortunately, I think it is leaking a little bit still there. You can hear it. Oh, it is. Son of a biatch. Well, that stinks.
It's looking like now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to straighten out the other pipe and put on a new clamp, but that'll be for another video.
So that is gonna be a wrap for today's video then. That's all we can do with the parts that I have. Next, we're gonna have to still address the windshield wipers. As you can see, that's not right. So I'm gonna have to either replace an arm, or I think it's an arm, or else the motor, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to pull that cowling off and take a look. And we're also gonna have to address the crack. Definitely gonna have to be fixed. So that's gonna be a wrap for this one, for the JK for now. I have a few more parts I'm waiting on still, like the fog lights. So next video, we'll do all that stuff. But for now, while I have some time, while it's beautiful out, I do have some stuff that I have to do to the C5 Corvette. But for now, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna clean up my mess. Happy motoring.